Welcome back to the Upper Echelon Podcast, where we keep it real and we keep it jiggy over here. Cause why? Because we ain't never ever scared. Please hit that like button on your way in. Make sure that you hit the notification bell so that you can be notified of anytime I live stream in the future or anytime that I post content. Make sure that you are subscribed to my channel if you are not, to support me that way. If you would like to support me monetarily, my Cash App is $Phoenix, PHOENIX 20137. Good morning, y'all. Let's get into our story time. This should be an interesting one. Hey, everybody coming in the room. Hey, Josephine Edmonds, Treasure Life, Stephanie Landry, Nika, Bronx Girl, Kay Monet, Ronithia Wilson, Brandy Gibson, Miss Net, Spicy Brown, Treasure Life, Black Widow, and Cheryl Wagner. So, you guys, last night, I did a story time on the Kendrick Johnson mystery. And I mentioned something during that live when I spoke about technology. Hey, the Brantley's lifestyle. And it made me think, what's going on, Miss Mia? It made me think about a time that I had an encounter with someone who was a killer. And I decided that I wanted to do a story time. Let me close my window so I don't hear a bunch of noise. Hold on. I decided that I wanted to do a story time because I'm a little confused when it comes to the Kendrick Johnson story. There was a situation where an anonymous email was sent to detectives, and I felt like, just due to technology, it's kind of strange that the person that wrote that anonymous email has not been revealed or tracked down, so on and so forth. So it made me think about a time that I met someone who had actually killed somebody. And they were actually caught using technology. So let's get into the story. I tell people this story here and there. I'm going to pull up a picture of myself, and shoot, why not? I'll let you guys know exactly what school I went to for undergrad anyway. Let's see. So this is a picture of myself. I hate this picture, but it's one of the few that I have. This is a picture of myself graduating from my undergrad studies. As you guys know, I share with you guys all the time, I graduated with a degree in criminal justice, which is one of the reasons why I'm so interested in these true crime stories. And also have a minor in psychology. So this is me and my mom. This is the school I went to, which is West Virginia State University. A lot of people don't know that West Virginia State University is an HBCU, which stands for Historically Black College or University. When people think of HBCUs, they automatically think of Howard University. They think of Dillard, Jackson State, so on and so forth, Alabama A&M, but they don't really think of West Virginia State University. What is interesting about my alma mater is that my school was the first historically Black college. Give me 1 second, y'all. Sorry, y'all. I had to close my daughter's door because she's in there being loud. So thank you, Renita, for that super chat. Grand Rising. So West Virginia State University is the first, capital T, the first historically Black college or university. It's located in an unincorporated little town right outside of Charleston, West Virginia, called Institute, West Virginia. And I had a pretty good time at this school. A lot of my friends were joining for fraternities and sororities. I wasn't really into that stuff in the beginning, and I'm not going to name every group or organization that I am associated with, but I will say that I did join some things. One thing that I will say is that I was in the NAACP association at my school. I was actually Miss NAACP for 2 years, my junior and my senior year of college. I choose not to share those pictures. I hate those pictures. But at this school is where I met the killer. And we're going to get into it. Let me say hi to everybody coming in the room. Hey, Miss Sexy Ray. Hey, Darlene. Hey, Kay Monet. The YouTube first lady. What's going on, Miss Cree? This is the place that I met the killer. Now let me go ahead and pull this screen down and pull a picture of him up. Okay. And we're going to get into story time. Okay, let's see. What's a good picture? So this is actually his prison photo here. Let me see if I could blow it up a little bit. This is his prison photo here. This gentleman's name is Bernard Bellamy. He didn't quite look like this when we were in college. I guess he bulked up in prison or whatever the case is. But when we were in college, he was a skinny, scrawny dude. This is a picture that he obviously took in prison. He was a skinny guy, scrawny, didn't look like this. But one thing that was interesting about him was that he was very, very nice, very low key, very quiet. He was involved in a lot of different organizations. One of the organizations being he was a part of the fraternity. I don't know if you can see his tattoo here, but he was a part of the fraternity Omega Psi Phi, which is Q Dog. He was very popular. He was also the student body president. I had a few encounters with him where, he was kind of flirtatious. He was really nice, very quiet, kind of the life, quiet, but popular at the same time. Very well spoken, carried himself very well. Every time you would see him on campus, he would have his ROTC uniform on because he was also a part of the ROTC program. Just all around really nice guy. Give me 1 second. Just all around a really nice guy at the time, from what I knew. So there was an incident where a young lady was murdered in Maryland. Close to the DC area. A lot of people from that area call it the DMV, which is DC, Maryland, and Virginia. So he was from Oxon Hill, Maryland. There was a story that was really big in that area. I want to say around the year 2009 is when she passed away. Okay. The young lady was murdered, and she was also pregnant. The story blew up. Nobody had really heard about the story because, again, I'm all the way in West Virginia and nobody knows what's going on in Maryland. So on this particular day, it was a pretty, quiet day on campus. I walked to the cafeteria, and mind you, I went to a very, very small school. So it wasn't like a huge university where people didn't know each other. It's like everybody knew everybody. So it was like a family almost, right? That's how small our school was. So I left out of my dorm room and I walked over to the cafeteria with one of my friends. And I noticed that everybody was crowded around the media area, which is the computer. So there was computers set up outside of the cafeteria where students could sit down and do their work, or, just scroll on social media, because social media was just starting to get popping a little bit back then, or do whatever. There was it was 4 computers. I remember it like it was yesterday. And everybody was crowded around each computer to the point where each computer had like 6 people around it. So I'm looking like, well, what's going on? I walked up to the computer and I saw a picture of Bernard on the computer. And so obviously I was like, what happened? Because it was clearly like a mugshot. Mind you, I had just seen Bernard the day before. So I'm like, how the heck does he have a mugshot? I just saw him. Just sat down in the cafeteria, had a conversation with him the other day, the day before yesterday. And then I saw him on campus the day before. So I'm like, this has got to be a mistake. So let me read you the article really quickly. I'm going to pull him down. And so as I was asking questions about, what was going on, someone, don't remember who, told me he murdered his girlfriend. And so I said, girlfriend, wait a minute. You mean I'm not going to use her real name. I'm going to call her, Anna. And I said, he murdered Anna? He killed Anna? And so everybody said, no, he didn't kill Anna. He went back to Maryland and killed his girlfriend in Maryland. And I assumed that they were talking about Anna initially because Anna was pregnant at the time. He had a pregnant girlfriend there in West Virginia where we went to school. And from what I was hearing, now he had a pregnant girl out there in Maryland, which we didn't know. So let me read some of this article. And it will also, well, I may as well, I should even told you her name was Anna because her name going to pop up in this article, y'all. Her name is actually Valencia. But let me pull it up. I'm thinking I'm keeping it anonymous. I forgot that I had the article right here. Let's see if I can pull this article. Where is it at? Okay, here it is. Yeah, may as well say her real name. So this is her. Let me make this a little bit smaller. I can't. So this is her. Her name is Valencia Demery. I may as well say her real name because it's in the article. Plus, it is also public knowledge. You can go on the internet and you can look up this story. All you have to do is type in Bernard Bellamy. So this is his girlfriend that lived in Maryland that he murdered in 2009. I believe it was 2009. She was also pregnant with his child. The article states that was certainly fast. It's interesting that it says that because he literally went to Maryland, killed his girlfriend, and came back to school the next day or later on that night. And they found out that he did it within hours. The article states that was certainly fast. Police have arrested Bernard Bellamy, 20, of Oxon Hill, and charged him with first-degree murder in the death of Valencia Demery, 19, whose body was discovered early on Sunday on a jogging track behind Forestville Military Academy, the Post is reporting. Bellamy was taken into custody at West Virginia State University, where he is a sophomore. The suspected motive is painfully obvious. Demery was 4 months pregnant, and Bellamy was none too pleased. Interesting details from reporter Matt Zapowski. The suspect's father admits he had basically zero clue what was going on in his son's life, and doesn't seem willing or able to rule out that his son might have killed his on-again, off-again girlfriend. So he absolutely did murder this young lady because she was pregnant. He also had a pregnant girl that was in West Virginia that he got pregnant while he was out there. The girlfriend that was in West Virginia was also in the ROTC program with him. Like I said, he gave off a very perfect persona. He was in a fraternity. He was in ROTC. He was student body president. He had all of these things going for him. But Bernard just could not allow this to happen in his life. When I say this, the fact that he had 2 girls pregnant at the same time. What I'm going to do now is show you how Bernard got caught. Now, I told you guys that I couldn't believe that he was the one that could have actually done this because I had literally just seen him, literally. So we're reading about a murder that took place in Oxon Hill, Maryland. At this point in time, we're all the way in Charleston, next to Charleston, West Virginia. So I'm thinking, how the hell did he get from Charleston, West Virginia, all the way to Oxon Hill, Maryland, kill his girlfriend, and then make it back to campus and for them to have to arrest him at the school? So as time went on, more details came out, and I'm not even sure if these details are in any articles. What Bernard did was he actually drove all the way from school in West Virginia, all the way to Oxon Hill, Maryland, where he met up with his girlfriend. He lured her to meet him, and then he ran her over with his car. After he did that, because he did not want to be caught, He then drove all the way back to West Virginia within that same night. He literally went there, killed her, and came back to make it appear that it would have been impossible for him to do it, right? Because people may say, oh, well, I didn't see him in a certain amount of time, but there's no way he took that drive and drove all the way back in that short period of time, but he actually did. Not only that, but literally the night before he was arrested, taken into custody at West Virginia State, I had literally seen him at a party. So he literally went and killed this girl, went to a fraternity party after killing her, and they actually showed up at his dormitory room and arrested him. So he went on living life like he had never done anything. You know, I didn't really pay attention to him at the party, but from what people say is that they wouldn't even imagine that he would have done something like that because he was acting totally normal. Now, one of the reasons why he was caught is, number one, he lured her to their old high school. He ran her over on a track. At the school, there was cameras and surveillance footage or surveillance cameras behind the school that saw what he did. The cameras picked up his vehicle hitting her and running her over several times. Okay, knowing that she was pregnant. The way that he was caught was through that, and which is, one form of technology. But he was also caught through his cell phone. What he didn't realize is that through your personal cell phone, no matter where you are, as you travel from state to state, town to town, district to district, there are towers that pick up your signal from your cell phone. Your cell phone is basically a tracking device. But what made it even worse, not only were they able to track his cell phone because they were pinging off of the different towers as he was going through the different states, they were also able to discover text messages that he sent to Valencia to lure her out of her home to meet up with him so that he can follow through with murdering her. Let me pull this down, and I'm going to show you the text messages that were sent between the two of them the night of her murder. Let's share this. Hey, everybody coming in the room. Hey, Honey Williams. Hey, good morning. Gorgeous, Madeline, anybody that I didn't speak to, welcome. So these are the text messages. And of course, the Washington, D.C. News, NBC news site made these messages public. Okay, so I'm going to read through this article. We're published in May of 2009 in District Heights, Maryland. It says court documents have revealed disturbing communications between a murdered teenager and the father of her unborn child shortly before her death. 19-year-old Valencia Demery's body was discovered on the football field at Forestville Military Academy early Sunday morning. Let me also state that Bernard had been dating this girl on and off for years while he was in high school. The high school that they went to was this military academy, Forestville Military Academy, and I just find it even more disturbing that they were basically high school sweethearts, and he lured her to the high school to murder her. I thought that was just insane. It says 19-year-old Valencia Demery's body was discovered on the football field at Forestville Military Academy early Sunday morning. Police say she had been run down with a car. Her family says the Forestville graduate was 4 months pregnant. Demery's high school sweetheart, 20-year-old Bernard Bellamy, is charged with murder in her death. Court documents released today reveal text messages showing Bellamy's mounting frustration with Demery because she did not want to terminate her pregnancy. Below is a transcript of those text messages from Prince George's County court documents. So below show the text messages. Then this is really disturbing. It shows the text messages between her and him before she was murdered. So she says, I really hope you come to your senses soon. I didn't make this baby by myself. And then Bernard goes on to say, I hope you come to yours before it's too late. Demery which is the young lady, says, before what's too late. Bernard then says, you will see. Bellamy, a decorated student known for his leadership at Forestville Military Academy, was arrested Monday at West Virginia State University, where he has a full military scholarship. This is a lose-lose situation, Stanley Turner of Forestville Military Academy said. This is hard for me, this is hard for you, and I know it. Bellamy served as a student body president for 2 years at Forestville, Maryland. He was also the drill commander and captain of the golf and basketball teams. What is so disturbing to me about this is I'm going to look up some of his charges because in these text messages, it seems to me like he should have been charged with first degree murder. So I'm going to look up some of his charges because I didn't get a chance to do that. But the fact that she told him that he needs to come to his senses because she didn't make the baby alone. And then he tells her, you need to come to yours before it's too late. And when she asks, what do you mean by it being too late? He then goes on to say, you will see. To me, hey, Creesha, good morning, girl. To me, that means that he planned it. He knew what he was going to do, and he planned it. Not only that, but he had to plan it in order to drive all the way from West Virginia all the way to Maryland to act out what he was going to do. Some of these text messages have been redacted because there was earlier on when this first happened, there was more text messages between the two of them that you could find online, and you can no longer find them. But some of the text messages show where he lured her, basically lured her out of the house. It was late at night, probably around 11 or 12, and he texted her and said that he wanted to meet her to talk with her. She left out of the house without telling her parents. Forestville military track behind the school, and that's where he killed her. He made the plan to run her over. Now, meanwhile, the girl that's pregnant in West Virginia, she still has the baby. I do follow her on Facebook. I'm not going to pull her stuff up because, so she can maintain her privacy. However, she had his child. It was a little boy, and the child looks exactly. Let me pull this up. I'm gonna pull. This is a picture of Valencia's grave site, her headstone, and it does show. I wish I could make it a little bigger, but I don't think that I can. It does show in this picture, her baby is also placed on that headstone. So she was going to name the baby Serenity. So it has her name on top, right underneath hers. I want to show, we'll look up, let me see if I can find, his charges. Because I don't think that he got life in prison. As a matter of fact, I believe he's going to be released. And the more interesting part about this is I believe he's obviously still in prison, but he has the nerve. He got the nerve to be in a program to care for animals. Okay. He's in the program where he helps train and cares for animals. And he's also, a lot of these pictures that I'm pulling up are from a Right a Prisoner profile. So he's been able to create a profile on Right a Prisoner where basically prisoners can find love in jail. Let's see. Look up some of his charges. Let's pull this down. Okay. Sorry, y'all. I'm just trying to look up to see what he was charged with. Because I've done some research on this before, and it's really difficult. Let's see. Public records. Let's see what he was charged with. I don't think he's been charged with anything less than first degree murder. I'm sorry. Let's see if it's in this article. Hey, everybody coming in the room. If you missed anything, just go ahead and rewind if you want to see what exactly it is that I'm talking about here. Let's see. Oh, the investigation. Yeah, for some, I am unable to find this guy charges. And I have in the past, but I don't let's see. But yeah, it's really difficult to find his charges. But I do remember when, let me see, that was when he was arrested. Let's see if it's here. I do remember in the past when I was researching this, I did find that he was charged with something, but I remember being taken aback that he didn't get life. I think this is it. No, see, they took it off the internet. That is crazy. Yeah. So unfortunately, y'all, it's off the internet. It's not, I can't find it anywhere, y'all. But from my previous research, it did show it looked, I believe he was charged with second degree murder or something like that, but it wasn't first degree murder, and he definitely didn't get life in prison. Let me look at some of you guys' comments really quick. Oh, thank you, Surviving Life. His son is a teenager now. I believe he's a teenager. Let me see. Yeah, I don't know exactly how old his son is because I don't have any contact or relationship with the mom. I'm just friends with her on Facebook, but he looks like he's a teenager at this point and looks exactly like him. But yeah, guys, that was my story time. I'm going to show you a couple more pictures of this guy. Let's see if I can pull him up. And that was my, let's see, encounter with a murderer. Let's see, Bernard. If you guys want to look any further information, probably, if for some reason finding anything on this case is really hard, there is a couple of, sorry y'all, I'm trying to type it in, a couple of stories online, but articles online, but as far as like in-depth details, it's not a whole lot. Here's a picture of him with his ROTC uniform on. Now I think about it, and I'm actually looking back on some of this, he was kind of a weirdo. Let's see if I can. No, it won't let me pull that up. Let's see. It won't let me blow up this picture here. But if you look up there in the top left-hand corner, that's him with his ROTC uniform on at the university that we went to. It won't let me enlarge it. Robin Law said Illinois don't have a prison inmate search because in Missouri you can look up anybody. You can look anybody up and see what they are charged with, mugshots and everything. You know what? But this didn't actually happen in Illinois. The murder actually took place in Maryland, right outside of DC, and he was arrested in West Virginia, but he was very quickly extradited back to Maryland after the fact. You know, the thing that really blew me away when all of this stuff came out about what he did was, you know, how evil some people can be and how somebody could literally take somebody's life the way that he did, come back to school and continue on business as usual. He literally murdered somebody, drove all the way to Maryland, drove all the way back, and then went to a fraternity party the following day. Robin Law said you should be able to look it up in any state. Yeah, well, that's what I was trying. I don't know what's going on. Why I can't what would I let me see. Charges. Would I enter DOC, Department of Corrections? Let me see. Let me enter Department of Corrections and see if it pops up. Yeah, y'all. I don't know. If I find it, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna screenshot it and I'm gonna place it onto my community wall. You know what? I don't know that either because it's not that much information on online about it. It really isn't. Let's see if I can find it's just if you type in Bernard Bellamy charges or if you type in Bernard Bellamy, Oxon Hill, Maryland, the article will pop up. The articles will pop up, but as far as doing any in-depth, this might be him. Let's see. Let's see if we can find. Let's do some research, y'all. Let's see if we can find. I think this is him because I believe his birthday was February 11th, 1989. Now this is Maryland Correctional Training Center. Let's click on this and see what pops up. Let's see if we can find an inmate search. See what old Bernard got going on. Let's see. Inmate. Incarcerated individuals. Okay, we might be getting somewhere, y'all. We might be getting somewhere. Let's see what Buddy Boy got. Incarcerated individual visitation, medication, email. Yeah, but how do you pull up their information though? Book donations, correctional facility detention. I want to see some. I want to see. Let's see. Miss Judy said he could be working to get it expunged because some states allow. Let's see. There got to be a way to see. There has to be a way. Parole. It got to be a way to see what he was charged with. It gives me the DOC number. Gives me his DOC number. Let's see. He is. See, this is him. Now, this I've seen before. He is in the Right a Prisoner program. He got his nerve, don't he? Now that he done killed his child's mother, now he in there looking for love and shit. Let's see. Here he is. So this is him. So, but what does it show? Where he is? Hold on. This is him. It's very doesn't have a whole lot of information. But I guess that means he's still in there. Let's see. Right a Prisoner program. Yeah, y'all. Not much you can find. It's not much you can find. Even when you look him up on the in the DOC, the Department of Corrections, it's still not much that they give you. Like, I don't know if that's just what they do in that state or what. But like in a lot of states, you could look somebody up, you could find their mug shot, find their charges and everything else. Uh, Probably in that same prison Ray Caruth was in. I feel like Ray Caruth, hold on. Now y'all got me doing research. I remember that name, but where do I remember it from? Ray Caruth. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the the football player that killed his girlfriend. I remember that. Or he tried to kill her while she was pregnant, but the baby ended up surviving, right? And now the baby has some sort of disability or something due to the trauma from what he did when he shot her or something. Um Latoya, where are you finding this at, girl? Where does it say that at? You better type in this chat how you found it. Latoya, how did you find that? Because I can't find it anywhere. Where do you see that at? You gonna have to help us out now. Where's Latoya? Let me see. How did you find that? Because I've been looking everywhere trying to find his charges. Um, Maybe she clicked on the article or found an article that I couldn't find. Yes, he hired some. Oh, that's right. Yeah, he hired. Oh, yeah, and the hitman, the hit. I saw a documentary. The hitman uh did an interview and was talking about it. Uh, oh, okay. I see it right here. I see it right here. Latoya. It does say that Bellamy of Oxon Hill is being charged with first degree murder, second degree murder, and first degree assault. Okay, I see it. I see it in the article. Um, that's crazy. He actually met her at 3:52 a.m. I wish that she would have never left out of her house. He texted her and had her meet him at 3:50 something in the morning to do that to her. Let me look at some of my comments. I'm gonna be live in a couple more hours, y'all. So I'm gonna get off here with this story time and we're gonna talk about another topic. Luscious Lips said Ray Caruth was here in Michigan and killed the mom and he hid out in the truck of the car for days peeing in pop bottles and Gatorade bottles. I'm gonna have to look at that story again. I saw it years ago and it was a documentary. The actual killer was being interviewed and the killer was actually pissed off with Ray Caruth. Hey Amber. Madeline said football player Steve Harvey takes about Ray was in the trunk of his car. She said Marilyn Case search was what you needed to check. You saw her? Marilyn Case search. Okay, well, let me type that in. Let's see. Okay, I typed that in. Now it's gonna take me to, let's see. The baby is disabled. Yeah, that was that story. Let's see. Maryland, Kate. Okay. Oh no, that says Illinois. Maryland courts, Maryland. Yeah, I'm not gonna do it while I'm on live. I'm gonna have to do it later. I'll come back and see if I can pull up his exact charges, his release date, and all of that. Tremel said yes, Ray Caruth played for the Carolina Panthers. Yes, it happened here in North Carolina. And he was kind of a good looking guy too. That's crazy. That's crazy that he did that. Yes, yes, good morning. Look, I got y'all researching it. Yes, his name is Bernard Bellamy Jr. Yes. Yes. It was a crazy case, a crazy situation. I mean, it really this story really did turn the whole campus upside down. It was crazy that happened and that he did that. And then when you think about it, as a matter of fact, when you think about it, let me just really quick. How many? I don't even know how long it takes or how many miles you would have to drive to get from Charleston, West Virginia, to Oxon Hill, Maryland. How long does that take? Because it seemed like the guy was able to do this in a matter of, I mean, he literally drove, didn't even stop, rest, sleep. He drove there, killed her, drove back. It was almost like he never left. Nobody even knew that he went to Maryland. I told you that it was such a small school that everybody knew everybody. Nobody even noticed this dude was missing. So when it came out that, he had killed this girl, a lot of us didn't even believe it because we were like, wait a minute. How is it even possible? He's been here, but he hadn't. He left. He had left. Let me see. What's the time frame? Travel. Let's see. I know what I'll do. Who the hell calling me? Let's see. Charleston, West Virginia to GPS. Anybody see how long that trip would take? Let's see how long would that trip take? Let's see. Stop share. Share screen. Share. This nigga. I'm really sitting here researching this with y'all on here with me because it's certain things that I didn't even think about while I was, and now that I'm looking at it, this dude, okay, by car, how long would that take? By 5 hours, 344 miles. So I guess if you think about it, it's possible. I mean, there's 24 hours in a day. Maybe nobody would have noticed that he was missing. Yeah, I can see that because it takes to get from where we were, which is really what I would say is right by Charleston. So Institute is like a little itty bitty town, and the only thing that's in it is a gas station and a school. So the university from Charleston to Oxon Hill, Maryland takes about 6 hours. So it's 5 hours and 57 minutes. It is a little over 300 miles. So it took him probably 13 hours or so to drive from Charleston to Oxon Hill, Maryland, commit the murder, and then drive back. That's what he did. It took him a day. But I'm just blown away as to how he was able to go to a party. He was at a party, literally, that same night. So I don't know how the dude did it, but he did it. He sure did it. He was able to leave the university, go to Maryland, kill his girlfriend, and drive back, and nobody even noticed. Let me look at some of these comments real quick. Brantley said he left in the evening and got there late, then came back early in the morning. But see, that's how it must have happened, because literally the day before he was arrested, the day before I saw all of these people surrounded by computers or whatever, he was at a party. So he must have had done it the night before or that early morning, the early morning before, because he met her around 3 something in the morning, because that's when the cameras picked it up. He drove back to school. And shit, people said he was acting normal. I saw him at a party having a good damn time after he did this. Oh, it's okay, Hasana. I've been using the word myself. Latoya said, I live in Maryland and work for the state too, so I know how to search the systems. Okay. Cool. I love the DMV accent. If y'all got that DMV accent, I love that. Hasana said, hey, Upper, another intriguing true crime series is For My Man. I watch that all the time on TV One. The series about women putting men before a livelihood, risking losing their lives and freedom. I watch that all the time. I love stuff like that. Hassan also said, I remember that Ray killing his son's mother. Yeah, that was a tragic story. That was a beautiful young lady too. I just saw him, Latoya. I just saw him. Brantley said, yup, early mornings, people still sleep so nobody would notice. Exactly. So he could be doing anything and people would assume that he was sleeping 3-4 o'clock in the morning. That's why I said driving 6 hours is crazy. First of all, think about it this way. I'm glad you said that. Good morning, gorgeous. Think about it this way. Imagine, okay, so he got in his car with knowing I'm going to go to Maryland and I'm going to do what I'm going to do. You did? Was it the Latoya? Was it in the Maryland? Let me see. She said, I told you what facility he's in as well. In Hagerstown, Maryland. He's at Maryland, correct? Oh, yeah, I found that. Latoya, when I was looking him up, because he's in a program called Right a Prisoner. I did see that he's in the Maryland Correctional Training Center. Does it show, Latoya, does it show how much time he got in there? If you could find that, I'm interested in knowing that. Because I would assume he would have got life in prison. I mean, first degree murder. Yeah, so good morning, gorgeous. Driving 6 hours is crazy. First of all, in driving 6 hours to go murder somebody, you have to be thinking that whole 6 hours about what you're getting ready to do. Hell, a 30-minute drive is long, an hour drive is long. Imagine driving 6 hours. I mean, he was determined to do what he was going to do. He had plenty of time within those 6 hours to say, you know what? This isn't a good idea. You know, or at least time to reflect to say, what the fuck? What am I doing? I'm getting ready to throw my entire life away. I'm getting ready to throw my entire life away behind this. I made a mistake. I got 2 girls pregnant at once. I'm going to have to just face the facts that this is what's happened. He has 30 years. He's been in there. That's it. Did he have 30 years to life, or just he has 30 years? I know it works differently in certain states. I feel like he should have got life in prison. He murdered a young lady a young lady while she was pregnant. Like, I don't understand. Sean said, what story are we talking about? This is actually a story of my own, where, you know, I'm talking about, you have to hit the replay, but I'm talking about my interactions and meeting someone that I went to school with that actually committed a murder. He was arrested for it. Make sure you hit the replay if you missed any of it. Thank you. Good morning, gorgeous. She says, this is the story of Bernard Bellamy. He went to school with Upper. He seemed to have his head on his shoulders prior to the unaliving of his baby mother. Yeah, that was a good summary. Thank you. That was a good summary. Thank you. Good morning, gorgeous. And he has to, according to Latoya, because she was able to find this information, she knows what systems to search because she does work in that arena in the DMV area. So wait, let me check. Wait, hold on. Where did it go? So he was charged with first degree murder, but he was convicted and got sentenced with second degree murder. And yes, he only got 30 years. I don't understand how he got second degree murder. That's crazy to me because it was clearly premeditated. Anytime somebody drives 6 hours knowing what they're getting ready to do, I will say that was premeditation. I don't know. 6 hours. Not only that, but the text messages that I showed y'all, where he said that, no, you better think about this before it's too late. And it shows the text where Valencia asked him, what do you mean before it's too late? And he said, you will see. Is that not premeditation? He must have had a hell of a lawyer, hell of an attorney. Bridget said, I thought that he had to have called her on his way to see her. Can you imagine their conversation? You know what? I don't even know if he called her. I would think that he did, but I don't have any, evidence, or I don't see anything showing that he did. It only shows what they spoke about via text. Robin Lott said, I would say that was premeditated too. I don't understand what the hell that's about. Ain't no way in the world that he shouldn't have gotten life in prison. You sat there, you drove 6 hours to and 6 hours back from the location. You clearly, basically, in so many words, told her, threatened her through text message about what was going to happen. Or you didn't say what was going to happen, but he said that if she doesn't get rid of the baby, that things were going to be too late. Okay, so Latoya said it looks like he took a plea deal. Toya, where you finding this information? That like, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me look at I just got a email. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Darlene. I appreciate that. Your Cash App. Sometimes I don't be looking at my phone while I'm talking. She says it looks like he took a plea deal. Latoya, you should have been up here on the panel with me. Yeah. Where are you finding all this information? So basically, because somebody earlier on said, did he plead guilty? And I said, I really don't know what he pled because I couldn't find the information. Latoya said, looks like he took a plea deal. So basically, when you take a plea deal, isn't that pretty much pleading guilty? That's pretty much saying, okay, I'll take these, I'll admit to this and this if I get this or this. So if I get these charges, I'll plead to this. So in a way, like it's basically you're making a deal. So that means that it didn't go to trial, I believe. Now, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not an attorney, I don't know, but I think that that's what that means. When you take a plea deal, that you don't have to sit through a trial. Yes, he pled. Okay, so yes, he pled guilty. Okay, you guys, thank you for sitting through this with me. I actually have another y'all will be like, stop lying, Upper, but no, I'm serious. My life is really crazy like this. I actually have another encounter with another story time of a time I met a killer, and we'll talk about that probably on Saturday. But later on today, this afternoon, late afternoon, I'm going to come back with some commentary on the Rose Miller influencer. And I'm probably also going to throw a couple of things in my commentary about our favorite beloved Lyonya. We're going to discuss that as well. So be looking out for me. I'm not exactly sure what time I'm going to I actually took today off. I just wanted some rest. You know what I mean? So I took today off just to chill. It's kind of a rainy day. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of commentary today. We're going to be talking about some of the stunts that Rose Miller has been pulling. Then we're also going to talk about Lyonya. Lord, that girl gets on my nerve. I've been giving her a little bit of a break because she's just annoying, Cheryl want to know so bad what happened to that lady that peed on my car. Listen, I never have seen the lady again. I don't even know if the lady went back to the Dollar General to pick up her purse because I never checked. I did, however, write her on Facebook. She never wrote me back. And I said I was going to write her family members so that I can get their responses, which would give me more content to do my story time. But then I said, you know what? I ain't going to humiliate the lady shit. I already took her purse from her, and she probably don't even know I took that stuff back to the Dollar General. So, I think she pretty much learned a lesson. I ain't going to humiliate her any further. So I'm just going to leave that situation alone. I got my car washed. I'm going to move past it. I was holding a bit of a grudge. I was still a little upset about when I did that story time. I was still in my damn feelings about her peeing on my damn car now. But we're going to let her live, okay? We're going to let her live, and hopefully the lady, the infamous golden shower woman that pees on people's cars has learned her lesson. I will be back later on, y'all. Thank you guys for joining me. Probably around 4:30 or 5, honestly, later on this evening. Y'all have a good rest of your day. Let it be productive. Make sure on your way out that you like my video or that you like my live stream. Make sure that the notification bell is hit, because if it's not, then you won't be notified when I go live. You'll just have to stumble upon me, and who wants to do that? Also, make sure that you are subscribed to my channel. If you're sitting in the bushes and you heard my commentary and you decide that you like me, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. It ain't gonna hurt you. I ain't gonna tell nobody. Also, if you would like to monetarily, thank you again, Renita, for that super sticker or for that super chat. If you would like to monetarily support my channel, my cash app is $Phoenix, PHOENIX 20137. Thank you, I'm chosen. Hey, you guys, one last thing before I leave. I don't know if you all noticed, but I am making a couple of changes to my page. There's a few things that I am making changes to, and I'm trying to organize my content in certain categories. When I actually sit down and think about what days I want to do what, I'm going to come back and let you guys know. Today I'm doing a story time. I don't know if I'm going to designate it for Fridays or what, but there will be certain times where I do story times, and then there'll be certain days that I cover news stories and true crime and things like that. And then there'll be certain days that I cover whatever story or that's connected to whatever sector I'm in. Right now, I'm still, I guess, in the Ller sector, so I'm still covering that. And I'm merging on over into the Rose Miller sector, so I'm going to be discussing that as well. And I'm going to decide what days I want to do what. So once I get myself in order, I'll come back and I'll let y'all know or whatever. But I'm making a lot of changes to my channel. And I hope you like those changes. I'm trying to, reduce the negative interactions with other content creators, because that's not what I'm here for. What's going on, Big Fee? What's going on? Yeah, that's not really what I'm here for. I've gained a passion for blogging, and I really enjoy what I'm doing at this point. I feel like God gave me a voice for a reason. So, I'm using it to do, what I want with it. One of those things is to bless the people that support me. And another thing is to bring awareness to, stories, unsolved crimes, and anything that I basically see on social media, bringing awareness to what I feel like needs to be brought awareness to. And that's what I'm going to be using my channel for moving forward. Thank you, Robin Lotz. Thank you. So again, I'm getting ready to get out of here. I will see you guys later on around 5 or 5:30. I hope you guys come back to join me. Make sure y'all hit that like button and subscribe. All right, y'all. Peace.